Member Lewis-Wool.
Kia ora, Mr Chair. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to speak in this committee stage of the Crimes Match Fixing Amendment Bill as Labour's Associate Sport and Rec spokesperson. It's interesting, Mr Chair, given we're 54 days away from the beginning of the Cricket World Cup. And in fact, the reality of this piece of legislation is that on the 1st of March 2011, New Zealand knew that they would be co-hosting the Cricket World Cup, because New Zealand and Australia were the only bid to the ICC, the International Cricket Council, and so we knew concretely that we would be hosting this event at this time. And so I think our questions about why it's taken this government so long to implement a piece of legislation that globally represents a $440 billion industry. There have been articles written about match fixing as a serious threat to sport since 2010. And so this issue is something that the Minister of Sport certainly should have had a grasp of, but that this government has known has been on our agenda, both sporting and political, for over 3 years now. Now, the relevance of this piece of legislation in terms of betting specifically around Cricket World Cups, we have to look at the 2011 Cricket World Cup. There was over $1 billion, or £1 billion, that's 2.2 billion New Zealand dollars worth of betting on that 2011 Cricket World Cup. And so this is an incredibly significant piece of legislation. Obviously, that's the economic argument about why this piece of legislation is incredibly relevant. But having attended the Māori Sports Awards on Saturday night, there are also social and other benefits to sport that actually, unless we get legislation like this right, actually undermines the integrity of something that is dear to all New Zealanders' heart. I mean, as an international sports person, having played both netball and rugby to New Zealand, I understand how important sport is. It provides aspirations for young people to want to represent their country, and through that, obviously, comes a sense of recognition of hard work, being part of a team, and being successful. And so from my perspective, it's all those things that matter to me when I look at sport in the context of sport in New Zealand. So it has a $5 billion value here at home, but actually the bigger value is about children being able to play sport, being fit, being healthy, being part of teams, competing, building character, a whole lot of other things. And having attended the Far North Sports Awards a few weeks ago, I know that the dream that young people have to represent their country means the community solidarity around ensuring that those young people have an opportunity to fulfil their potential really, for me, is the most important aspect of this piece of legislation and the relevance to us here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. So we have 49 matches that will be played. In Australia, they will host 26 games, 14 venues. In New Zealand, 23 games across 7 venues. And so this is an incredibly important piece of legislation. And it seems ridiculous to me that the sporting codes in New Zealand haven't had an opportunity to have as much input into a comprehensive piece of legislation. This is a piecemeal approach, and this really does reflect, I believe, badly, not only on the Minister of Sport, but the government's lack of prioritisation of the importance of sport in New Zealand. So I think there are some serious questions to be answered by the Minister, given that we've known since the 1st of March 2011 that we would be co-hosting the Cricket World Cup. And I've chosen to focus on cricket because it is one of the 4 leading codes here in New Zealand, along with rugby, along with league and along with netball. And so having not been a member of the Select Committee, I know how passionate particularly my colleague the Honourable Trevor Mallard is about sport. And so from our perspective, not having the sporting codes involved to the degree that we would have liked them to be. So it's not about filibustering, actually. This is serious business. And so we would have hoped that we would have ensured that the specific voices